What's going on, man? Welcome.
Not much.
Welcome.
Very happy to be here.
Now
this is altered to me because I kind of knew about this. Pardon me, that's my leg. I've had like a Kenneth Mars, Dr. Strangelove, Young Frankenstein arm. References that no one's that's listening would know. So the last time I saw you was in New York, and everything has changed. So
oh my God, yeah, we haven't seen you since the new show started.
We kind of briefly talked about it, but I didn't know what we were talking about. But things are good.
Things are great.
You're happy as hell. You guys are now living together in the morning.
We are, and throughout the day after the show.
Yeah, it's nice.
So now, and you and Opie, it's amicable.
We haven't talked.
Is that the truth?
Yeah, 100% true.
Holy crap in a handbag.
It's fine.
Yeah,
he's fine with it. I'm fine with it. It's one of those things where we didn't. The last time, I'll just tell you. I apologize for redundancy to the fans, but the last time we spoke was we knew the show was winding down. It was time to move on for him and me. Both of us felt
right.
It wasn't like he was like, Jim, please stay, and I'm like, I'm leaving. We were both comfortable with it. And then we apparently had a week and a half left, and then I got an email that said the last Opie and Jim show will be Thursday. I was like, okay, because he was going to take the week off. And then on Thursday, we got an email who said he had a family emergency of some sort. So
sorry to hear that.
Well, I sent him a text. I was like, I hope your family's okay. And he wrote back, thanks, Jimmy. And that was the last time we spoke. So we never had like a last show together.
Right.
But whatever. It was fine.
It's difficult. Endings are really hard. And to end them properly, sometimes it's amazing to begin because things are just like shooting out of a cannon.
Right.
And you guys did. But you also had all that ruckus with Anthony and all that stuff. So you guys were, when the whole thing launched, I mean, when it was really in its heyday was when we were out doing the O&A tour.
Sure.
And, I mean, that was a huge amount of energy where the whole East Coast was just coming to the shows. And
it was awesome. It was so great. We were on terrestrial.
So much fun.
Even though, it was bittersweet because I hated the terrestrial radio side of it so much. I lost a lot of money when we came off K-Rock and all those because, you made money for... O&A were generous with me. When we had the syndication deal to these other markets, they were great. But I fucking hated it.
Right.
Hated it.
Just in terms of content.
It wasn't. Yeah, the content wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
Right.
Can I say Heine Pat? Fucking 40 years old.
Right.
It's awful.
Coitus.
It was so bad.
I liked it that you didn't care about the money though. Your integrity as an artist to be able to say "fucked in the asshole."
Absolutely. Well, how else am I supposed to describe my weekend?
Well, that's also you're in Los Angeles, so that's what you come here for.
But yeah, it wasn't fun, dude. It just wasn't fun dealing with that shit. It wasn't entertaining. Me and Florentine talked about it. Jim had a good way of putting it. He's like, would you rather do a theater with 1,000 people where you can't say anything that you want to say or hardly anything, or a theater with 500 people that you can say anything you want? And I said 1,000, but I got his point.
Yeah, unfortunately, 1,000 is not really an option for you.
Well, I'm happy to see you.
500.
I'm happy to see you.
You too, Bob.
And welcome to Los Angeles, town of dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're wet and they're covered in fungus. Take an antibiotic. Are you a single man?
I'm married.
Of those things.
Oh.
Yes.
Has Jim ever been part of that? The three of you?
Not yet.
No,
We're only a month into the show.
You're going to build into that.
Yeah, his wife is really sweetheart, but she's like dropped little hints. She's like, we gotta all hang out more. I'm like, oh, easy.
Has she said that to you?
To me and Sam.
I guess I didn't pick up on the.
No, you didn't pick up on the innuendo.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that yet. To tell you the truth.
Maybe you should. Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
You start a three-way text first.
Just like some kind of group text.
Hey, I didn't even realize you were on this, honey.
Right.
Jim really, now that we're working together, this is the way he works with people.
Right. He wants to get in. He wants to understand the life.
Start it with something innocent, like on a three-way text. Go, Jim's been asking about your feet. LOL.
And you're just on the text.
And there is a foot emoticon. So
yeah.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, and lips. So
you can still make it cute and fun.
Yeah, you can take it and you can add a zucchini with drops coming off.
Right.
And a nose and a smiley face. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all there. Everything you need for a relationship. So I was at the Kanye concert last night.
I was about to ask you about that because I read Entertainment Weekly was like reporting on all the celebrities.
Yeah, which isn't anything. I have this whole thing about celebrity being the C word. If you have no discernible talent if you're a celebrity. But you're not an artist, you're not a writer, you're not a singer, you're a celebrity. Here are the celebrities.
People just know you, right?
Yeah, but Lenny Kravitz, I mean, that's an artist. Sure. That's a really good one.
And one of the One Direction boys was there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the Z who wrote the book?
I don't know which one.
I know what direction it was, but straight up the pooter. But the Kanye show was interesting. He comes out on a slab, on a piece of wood that's suspended above the audience.
I got to see it when he did it at Madison Square Garden at the beginning of the tour.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's not lit, though, so you can't really see him.
Well, where were you sitting?
Well, it didn't matter. I mean, I don't know if it was the forum lighting was different than what you saw at the Garden, but...
Well, I guess because he didn't stay for the whole show, right?
No, and I had left because I went with my my buddy Mike Young. You know Mike, right? Comedian, really funny guy. We toured together and used to have debauchery back in the day.
Oh, okay.
With your wife.
Really?
Yeah, that's nothing.
She must have been very young at the time, but
that's texting is the first thing they learn. I'm telling you, that's how it's gonna.
They get used to those screens.
Oh, she was all thumbs, that kid. She was a hell of a hitchhiker, I'll tell you. But it was very strange. He cut the show, I guess, an hour short or something.
Why?
Yeah, he walked off. He said, "I can't perform because my voice isn't good, and you people deserve a good show, and I'll make it up to you." Now
he said, "I'll do better next time."
Right.
Oh wait, so he didn't say I'm gonna refund your tickets?
No. But the thing is this. Now, I didn't pay for these tickets. This was like VIP.
Sure.
Or whatever.
It's a celebrity ticket.
Well, yeah, that's right. Because I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm a clown head that you squirt water into at the fair. But I or pee. You could pee in my clown mouth.
That's probably more.
I haven't talked dirty yet, so I figured I might as well say clown pee in a mouth.
How long was he on for before that happened?
I guess about an hour. I guess it was going to be a 2-hour show.
It's like
maybe did
90
an hour
minutes.
and 15 or something. I don't know.
Couldn't he have just done 15 minutes more and cut it at 90 minutes and say it was the show?
I don't think you do. Yeah, you don't do what he did. And now,
right.
Now I've when I was on with you guys before the end of your last
Sure.
the Force Awakens or whatever the hell your last show was called. I was in a play, this Hand to God play.
That's right.
And you saw it.
I liked it very much.
And I was really happy you were there. And it was right up your alley, too.
Yeah, it was great.
A demented sick.
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
About fucked up life. And beautiful play, actually. And I played a Lutheran pastor because I'm so much like that in life.
Well, you were very good.
Oh, God, I want to make love to you. I don't want to fuck you, though.
No, I understand.
I'm talking slow.
Yeah.
I'm not just so long if we're going to do this. Let's not, let's...
My head hanging off the bed, you gently cupping my ears, giving my throat a good rogering.
He wants to make love to your mouth.
Roger that. I'm going to Dumbo you.
Just slowly penetrating your face.
I would hate that.
Oh my
You
God!
would?
Oh no, you don't want to. That's not making love. Rogering a man's mouth.
Well,
no, that's terrible. It's terrible unless you like it.
So you were doing the play?
Yeah, and I lost my voice. And what do is you get an understudy, or you do what I did, which is you call Dr. Quackenbush, and you get some prednisone, and you open your throat up.
Right.
So I took the pills, and I was able to do the show. It's not great for you. They say it puts a little weight on and makes your throat. I did it for about a week because I literally had no throat. And
right.
Not gonna let that understudy take your job.
I'm saying that Kanye is established enough, and I don't think he's the most holistic guy in the world. I'm just guessing. I don't know. He might be. He might be a guy that says I'm not putting a drug in my body. But I don't imagine that he couldn't just reach in his pocket and pull out a little pill which takes effect. Do it at the start of the show because your voice is bad at the beginning of the show. And in his defense, he did a ton of shows right before it in L.A. It's
like his seventh night, right?
Yeah, and that's
at the Forum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hanukkah is the longest thing he's ever done. He did 8 days of that. But I just I don't know. I just don't think it's a thing you do.
Should have done 15 minutes later. Cut the show a little short.
It said in the article that he did 45 minutes.
Oh.
Before he cut the thing short.
Oh man, did I walk out of there early?
Yeah, because the show's only 90 minutes.
I went to the Forum Club. I was told that it was a 2-hour show.
90 minutes.
And it's funny. I've been out touring for a long time this year. That's what I kind of did. One of the things I did this year to get a new special ready to go. Did you just shoot a new special? I think you did.
I'm shooting the 17th.
Oh,
December 17th.
And you're doing it in Boston?
New York.
Oh, where are you going to do it?
Skirball.
Oh, that's best. That's where we did it.
Yeah.
That's where we did it as HBO special.
You did yours. Me, DL, and Attell shot in D.C. We shot in D.C. that year. You shot in the Skirball. I've shot in the Skirball for something else. It's a great.
What happened was, though, John Armour was the producer, and they did like 5 with my background. And I'm like, hey, I picked that background. I think they threw a different light on it.
Oh,
Let's just switch the background. They could just CGI us right into any special. It doesn't really matter.
I guess so. Right now,
Put our face over Carlin, just runs. Just have my mouth move, say really smart things. People go, oh my God, I had no idea he was a
That's
genius.
great. Yeah.
I hated him so much. I'm so glad it's not him now. But
So he cut it at 45 minutes.
That's what it said.
that's great. That's
Then again, what do you if your voice is really going, and you can't fix it? Like if you realize like, oh fuck, then what do? You got to
you
sing.
cancel the show before it,
Right.
Or you take the pills at the front of it. Because they take about a half hour, 45, or I think it's like 2 hours before the show, and that's for people that, and then they have to have their nodes looked at. So he needs to have his. But I'll tell you, it sounded really good.
His voice didn't sound bad.
Not to me. I mean, but it's you're listening to a thing that I'm pretty sure goes through auto-tune. So
for a lot of his songs,
you're going through auto-tune, and the whole thing's on a tape track.
Right.
I don't see a band. So you're listening.
Actually, you know what? There might have been a band because when I saw him at the Garden, he had a band, but he's like an egotist, So they weren't on stage with him. Like there was just one section because he did the floating stage thing, right?
Yeah.
There was one section of the arena where the band was actually they blocked off seats, and the band was actually in.
I would love
seats
to
way
have
far
known
away.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounded to me like a DJ was running the whole thing.
That might have been.
There was a band in the seats.
But there was, at least at the Garden, yeah. He had a band and a DJ, so maybe they're going back and forth.
I had a little slide whistle and a skin flute. But there was a thing in the Forum Club, so right about 45 minutes, no, if he did 45 minutes, a half hour into the show, I went back to the Forum Club, which is where the VIPs go.
Yeah.
And it was pretty damn crowded down there, which is not a good sign if you want to go see your... It's like, I don't know, I guess I go to the Kimmel show because the party's so much fun, but... Don't you want to see the show?
So yeah, that's why I fucking hate comps. Like I don't mind like comps, but like I always tell my manager no industry comps. I hate it. Not that they're clamoring to come either way, but I hate it when industry comes to the show. I don't want them. I don't want them to have comps.
They don't pay
But you have
attention.
fans though. So what if somebody
Fans are different. No, fans are different.
But I mean, a fan that's a studio person, or
If
somebody
it's-
from a TV, or if somebody from Comedy Central goes, "My God, I love Jim. I want to see him. I'm in town. He's in town. Can I go?"
That's different. But if it's like, hey,
and
this
I want to
agency-
suck his dick.
That's preferred.
I don't want to rowdy Piper his mouth.
But I said no. There's one time I did it. I never forgave the agent for it. It's so stupid and petty. But it was at the Viper Room in like 2008, and that's a very small room. So this agent who
You have chicken wire go up because they got that cage.
do they?
The Viper Room, yeah.
Do they always have it or no?
Always. I was back there like 30 years ago, and they would like throw bottles at the
Oh
acts.
no. This was. They said I was the first stand-up to do it, maybe in a long time.
I believe that.
And it was great. I did like 2 or 3 nights there, and but there was an industry comp table for this fucking agency. This typical agent guy that's like, "Oh, I love you, shut up." And then
Yeah.
we left him a table by the front, which is what he had requested, and he didn't show and he didn't call, and it was just in that room. Those tickets could have been sold, or I could have been given to somebody.
What's his name?
I'll tell you off air because I would tell you. I don't care, but he's not a public figure. That's the only reason I won't. But he's a fucking cock. And
I know him.
yeah, but it was just so shitty that when you comp people, it's like Kanye must be annoyed about that. Like you get all these people in the fucking VIP area. It's like
Got so pissed off he left.
Well, he wanted money, so he did his 7 shows. So that's pretty cool. I mean, he can sell out that many tickets at a place that large.
he's amazing. When
But
it comes
did you
to
just
that.
get bored after like a half hour and just like, okay, I've seen
It's
this show?
very, very loud. So there was a lot of blood pouring out of my ear
too
into
much.
a woman's lap.
Oh, you can't have the noise.
No, I'm fine. I would have stayed. I mean, I love music, so I'll go. And if I love an act, but it's not like if I'm in a Springsteen concert, I'm not going backstage
Right.
during the show. But that makes me just an old white man.
Yeah, that's about right.
I like Woody Guthrie.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like Gold Rush kind of music.
I love though that like the story coming out of the show is like Kanye leaves 45 minutes early and people are pissed, but you're like, yeah, I left before that. I was all done. I
But I wanted to beat the lot. You don't want to go out to the lot where everybody's going, "Yo, Bob."
right.
Not 30 minutes in though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. This is the longest relationship I've ever had
You
with
beat
an
the
artist.
lot before the end of the last song. I'm like, all right, one more. Then you're like, all right, let's get out of here.
People were still coming in.
Yeah.
Rushing to make
It's like when Jim went to WrestleMania because they got him tickets.
Thanks, buddy.
And it was like
free?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God!
And the big
You're
match,
not even Jewish, and you get excited.
I like a good free ticket.
Are you? What were you raised? Catholic?
Yeah, I was raised Catholic. I went to CCD, made my confirmation, my communion, and then I kind of stopped.
And so, do you believe in all that?
I don't know. To be honest, I want to, and I just find it all so silly now. It's very hard.
Do you look at the New Testament as? It's interesting because I've been talking about this with somebody. And it's like an ongoing discourse that we have, just trying to discover and understand and respect each other's beliefs or non-beliefs. Do you think that it's just history that's in that book, or do you think it's metaphors and life lessons that's intended like a lot of religion?
Both. I mean, I think it's both. Maybe there are some things that are historically accurate, and the rest are just shit that people made up 300 years after Christ died. Right. Yes, stories that just sounded good.
I think it's almost all metaphor.
Yeah, a lot of
that's
what I think. I like the pictures. You know,
makes it easier to follow, right?
Yeah. I like it when they have real big thumbs. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what that.
The Mary Magdalene stuff turns me on. I enjoy that.
You do?
I love a good immaculate conception. I mean, I wish life was like that.
I do.
Oh my God! But what I was gonna say to you was you've been out getting ready for this special, so you're about to do it.
Yeah.
So you've been and to think about Kanye doing 10,000 seats or whatever that was, 16,000. I don't know. 20, I don't know what the forum has, but probably 20, I guess. But I've been doing longer because I want to do a special. I want to wait till the election's over.
Yeah.
I can't talk about any of it because it's not evergreen and it makes me nauseous, the whole thing.
See, I wanted to talk about a little bit of it, even if it's not much, even if it's just a minute or two, to have a special coming out in February and March and not at least mentioning the monumental president. It's not,
Are you doing it? But you'll have your answer. I mean, it's not like you're shooting tomorrow.
That's
you're
why
fine.
I want to do it, yeah.
Are you gonna do it in such a way where like you're not addressing the fact, one of these two people are going to be president? Are you just addressing them, or is it going to be very clearly dated? You know what I'm saying?
He'll know who the winner is. So.
Well, I'm taping in December, so I'll know.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah,
this is Jim. Have you met him?
Jim.
Where's your special going to air?
I'll tell you off air. I would love to say it, but they have to announce it.
It's that fucking agent from the Viper. You're
yes,
not allowed. You can't. I'll tell you off air
on his phone. No, I can't because part of the contract is they have to announce it. I remember asking my manager.
I understand.
Goes, no, they have to.
Norton's gotten very industry since you last saw him.
Yes, I have.
No, actually, he just what he has done, and I've known him a really long time.
Yeah,
longer than we both even probably remember. Somewhere in New York we met, but before any of this radio stuff,
Caroline's.
I guess.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he became a professional. You became a pro.
You know what it is? It's weird. Like
not at radio.
No. I clear my throat a lot. I'm
jacking off guys and throwing little people on mattresses.
Nothing wrong with that. It's good radio.
Yeah.
It's so I know you just can't do it because they're being nice by giving me a special. So I don't want to burn them and do it like just because I'm anxious to announce it. Like I'm dying to. But
and you will. And you got a forum. I mean, look at this. And all the people that are listening right now, I've been a friend of your show, your past show, your last show.
That's right.
I like Opie. I like Anthony. I don't understand anything. I don't know. This whole world is just one giant fucking crazy.
Well, no, relationships fall apart.
It's like the movie Zardoz.
It's okay. Relationships collapse.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
I just wanted to mention a movie you definitely don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know Zardoz.
Zardoz, I think it was a John Borman movie. I'm not sure. But
definitely.
Sean Connery was a star, and it was the future, and it makes no sense whatsoever. And there's a floating head in it, and I could sure use some.
A floating head in the future, just a typical Friday in L.A. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Welcome to beautiful downtown Burbank. But I mean, I've been out doing like an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh my God!
But not when it's a casino gig or something. You do an hour because you can't. You can't go.
They want you out. Casinos. There's no fucking gig that will complain less if you do under your time in the casino. They're happy. He only did 6 minutes. All right, we'll go out and hit the tables. They don't give a shit.
They're just trying to get people in the door with your name and then out the door as quickly as they can. Is that the gist?
That is, but I'm engaged in the moment so much in stand-up, and it's just one of the things that I do poorly, but it's something that I just love.
Sure.
So I've been trying to do, like, the freestanding hour within the hour and 40, and that has been making me feel like get off stage and I go, wow, how long was that? It felt like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So maybe Kanye thought he did an hour and a half.
He thought he was done.
What are you dating now, or what's your?
I have a girlfriend.
Oh, you still do the same girl?
No, I don't think
How
so.
long?
Is my penis?
Yes.
It's about 5 months now.
Okay, cool. no.
I think we're 5-6 months we've been we've been dating. How old? She's a woman. She's in her 30s.
Okay,
cool. In them. So
nice.
I don't want to say anything bad age-wise, but she's a very, very sweet girl, and we have not broken up at the time of this live broadcast.
I think that it was last time I saw you.
When is this replaying? I got to figure out how
It replays tomorrow morning, so I don't know for sure. But at the time, this live broadcast.
This live broadcast now, because you're in L.A., is running 3 hours later than it usually does.
Correct.
And your fans are accepting that they will just move to that time.
They're all starting work late
For the week.
Creepy, yeah, for the week.
And what is the show that follows yours on this very station?
It's a replay of us.
Replay of our show, yeah.
So they play you twice.
They play us twice.
I did the math on that.
Yeah. Yeah, you were right. Replay of us.
You're
Boom,
talking to
boom.
Rain Man right
It was
now.
really good. So I think last time I saw you, I think you were in the relationship and it was good. You had just started. It was less than because we only did the show a month.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so I think you're still.
So we're still. I think the honeymoon period is after about 6 months you shake the tree a little bit.
What will you typically? Because you're a really good guy, but what will you typically fight about with any woman? Like as that honeymoon period wears off, like what's something like that will always like? For me, it's being away, or my texting habits, or other things like that. For you, what's
You're texting with other people.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
Well, you could block those other people.
No, I'm the one initiating the conversations.
How are they going to text you back if you block
them? No, but you could initiate them and then block them.
Oh yeah, send a
so your ego's fine.
So what's typically something that they want?
I think the usual thing is the person is very comfortable with you, and then all senses are down, so they just behave in a way. We both, all people behave in a way that they don't even regard what the other person's thinking or feeling. They just are more reckless. The politeness is kind of worn off.
So they start to forget that they're with Bob Saget, and it's like there's something about that. Like
no, I say it every 5 minutes. You realize you're with Bob Saget.
Do you ever get that though? Like I'm fucking carrying most of the weight.
Right, like the reverence starts to go away.
Yes.
Right. Like
anybody, especially, and I've never not dated someone younger. What are the odds of that?
What you hearing now is me patting Bob.
Well, I'm 60 years old. Who am I going to date? Margaret Thatcher?
Yeah. You don't want to date a nice 57-year-old lady?
No, if she was really nice.
Yeah, right.
She had to be really nice.
Really.
And as a writer friend of mine once said, and believes that semen is a beverage. That's Lenny Rips. I want to give credit to him, man. He's going to want credit for that joke.
Drinking cum. Just a Saturday in L.A.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome to Burbank. We're drinking cum.
He's been doing the LA stuff all week.
But are you doing a Carson voice? Is that
no? It's not a Carson. People think
yes, it is.
Sam said
it's a Carson.
You're doing Carson.
No.
He says no. He says it's just an LA voice.
Just an LA guy.
It was funny. I was driving on the way, and it said Slauson Cutoff, and I grew up. Nobody listening would know this, but Johnny Carson and his writers would just go, and he would pretend he was Art Fern. I don't know what he was doing. He was giving a tour of how to get to his car place or something, and he goes and it goes to Slauson Cutoff. Get out of your car. Cut off your Slauson. There's like literally no. I mean, I guess it was a pickle joke that you're just cutting your dick off. Yeah. That was his. That's how he dealt with the censors.
He was very good.
He really was. So he was good, but I just did. Makes no sense.
No, I got it.
Jim had a strategy we were talking about before you came in about his dating life because Jim is looking for a girl.
Are you looking to settle?
Not settle.
He's looking for a girl, but we use the term girl loosely.
Yeah, it's possible.
So it could be a partial girl.
Sure, but no, a girl like I want some. It
could have a girl of multiple parts.
Yeah, why not?
It could be part girl.
A nice
right. Girl with surprises.
You want a Shetland? You want a centaur? You would not mind something with cloven hooves if it talked to you.
No, if it didn't talk to me. That's the problem.
That is the key.
But Jim's idea was, he said that you're a genius, because of what you've done with your career. He wants to do something now.
That's right.
You want to do a kid show now?
Jim wants to do something that 10 to 12-year-old girls like, so that way when he's 60, he can bang 20-year-olds.
Well, 5-year-old. Yeah.
I don't even look. I see. Here's what. Because I have 3 daughters, and you do not have any kids, correct?
No, that's true.
And I know that because if I recall, your semen didn't taste like it worked at all.
I do not.
I can tell just by the taste of semen whether that guy can get someone pregnant.
You can tell potency based on taste.
Yeah.
In fact, I work in a lot of clinics, and they just have me come in, and people don't. It's like a glory hole, so people don't know it's me because that would kind of be like weird. May not be good press for me,
right?
But I just make sure that the guy, whether I could say you're going to have twins, And
here's how Bob knows. He goes like this, and he sucks it through his teeth.
Right.
And if he feels like he has like the pieces of orange between his teeth, he knows they're
disgusting.
He's trying to figure out how pulpy it is.
What's weird is I can talk.
Doing shots. The patient, you're late for the patient, but we have the sample here. All right, down the hatch.
It's like using the Vitamix. Anyway.
But yeah, the career you've chosen is great.
But it's weird because I come on here and then people go, oh my God, that's not the dad on Full House, because they think that was a real person.
Right.
They don't realize it's a character. So I have this odd career that I'm working.
But Danny Tanner was probably doing shots of jizz too, right?
Well, I don't know. It looked it to me.
Yeah,
I think you wear a real colorful sweater like that with a lot of patterns to hide stains. You can't find semen stains in one of those Cosby sweaters. I got a question for you, and I'm not going to do this anywhere on stage. I don't like talking about this stuff.
Sure.
But Bill Cosby is apparently blind now.
Yeah,
and you've talked about this on the air.
Is he totally blind?
He said it. He said.
He can't stand trial.
Right.
That was a separate sentence.
Well,
he just can't stand trial.
How about this? As long as they're not blind, I don't think he needs to be vision.
My thought was, in a perfect world, if I had no family career in my bones, and all I did was come out and just do what you do, which is get out what I want to get out, my devils, my observations. Sure. I just had a premise that at the trial you don't have to be able to see. All you do is like you go up and you do the grab, you do the old pussy grab, which is very popular.
Funny.
Right?
And you feel their tits and you go, that's her, definitely her. I could feel, or your dick's in her mouth and it's this was the mouth. That's definitely the mouth.
It's a strategy he's using to cop feel. You're saying. So you're saying basically a girl's
he could be getting all of it again.
Yeah,
just for the fuck of it. Without having to drug him and use his blindness to serve him.
And then he'll say, oh, no, that wasn't her.
Right.
Like basically just Cosby groping and fucking women. Just a typical Saturday in L.A.
Stop doing that.
That is Carson.
Why? It's hilarious.
No, it's Carson.
I tried to tell him it was Carson.
No.
He's just doing it over and over again.
People are going crazy for it.
Nobody likes it.
It's a wacky Saturday in L.A.
They're going crazy for it.
It's
a hit.
15 minutes to Burbank from here.
There you go. That's Carson. I'm not doing Carson.
Not you?
No, it's not.
So you're saying Cosby may decide I need to go based on feel. I can't.
I don't think they're going to televise it. It's not going to be a C-SPAN thing.
Right.
Is he really blind? The time I met him,
I don't know. I mean,
I met him twice, and his eye was open really crazy wide. I guess he has glaucoma.
I've watched him. He has to get helped into cars. Like when he did Sirius one of the last times a few years back, they put him into his car like a cop car. Like they had their hand on the back of his head.
Oh, that's when he was being arrested.
That's what that was? Oh, right.
That's before all this jazz happened.
Meanwhile, we are talking about a guy who literally was an icon.
Yeah.
And we're in a time right now where we're watching our icons just fucking drop.
Yeah.
People that we look up to. How many people are, there's a few people. I mean,
for him, Jared Fogle was a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Sam looked up to him.
Icon of sandwiches. And the
you love a young sandwich? Do you love the meat when it's not cured long?
That's right. Fresh off the bone.
He couldn't wait till that calf was just running and then smoked. Run that thing right into the little refrigerator. Smoke that little fucker.
It's very difficult to be an icon, though. All of a sudden, you're given all this power where everybody just worships you.
No, but just a good person, like Tom Hanks is a good person.
Right.
I mean, that's like you're kind of America's sweetheart because he's I've known him. I did the warm-up on Bosom Buddies.
Did you?
Wow.
Really? I thought I saw that guy in New York.
Who, Tom Hanks?
No.
Is that SNL? You did.
His partner.
Oh, Peter Scolari.
In like a Starbucks one time years ago. What happened?
Well, yeah, he's on Girls.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I saw him in a play that Tom starred in, the Nora Ephron play. and it's escaping me right now. And he was wonderful.
So you know Tom well.
I know him, and he is a incredibly good person. So there are people like that are just. I mean, you know a lot of people. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel is an incredibly good guy. There's just some people that are, and I'm not saying that he's Tom Hanks, but
do you ever see Forrest Gump?
To me, he is. Forrest Gump, good person.
Yeah. Bosom Buddies was funny.
Yeah,
I remember. What was the song? My Life.
Yeah, it was Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. That's right. Yeah,
and it was exec produced by an old friend of mine, Chris Thompson.
Did you know Wendy Jo Sperber?
Very well.
You did, right? She died, right?
She did have cancer, and I did benefits for her that have in Palm Springs. She really tried to champion and raise some money for breast cancer, and she was a lovely, lovely girl.
So you don't think there will be any awful stories coming out about Tom Hanks?
I don't foresee it. I mean,
because everybody says Arnold Schwarzenegger's a great guy, but he's always got skeletons falling out of his closet.
Yeah, but man, that's just a Teflon guy. He has a son with his maid, and then he gets a hip replaced, and then nobody knows. He can do anything he wants.
I call him just for humor value. I will say sometimes if they'll say, "How's Arnold Schwarzenegger?" And I'll say, "Do you mean the Governor?" And I'll say,
"What humor value does that have?"
I'll say he's been running around, just kind of solving crimes and shooting everything. And someone said, "It's just a typical Tuesday in LA."
He's not even the governor anymore. He's not the governor.
He's a movie star again.
Yeah, he's back to
that's LA for you.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You can be the governor and then go back to being a movie star.
Right, and you'll kill less people. And it's another typical Thursday.
And it was his housekeeper,
Friday.
right? And
yes,
and he isn't.
She looked like a gargoyle.
Is that true?
Yeah, she should be on top of a fucking federal building.
Well, maybe when he was the governor. I mean, he was in Sacramento. There is a hotel there with gargoyles on the building. Maybe that's where he met her. She was just hanging out on the roof.
Yeah, she fell off and he fucked her in the throat.
You can't get pregnant fucking somebody in the throat.
She is really. But I like that Arnold's finally said, "Hey, this is my son," and he took the kid to like Germany or something, or they celebrated Oktoberfest. That's good for you.
And then he got Celebrity Apprentice.
Did a tour of the camps.
Yeah,
but he was always nice to me. Always, as I said that, and then this.
I only met him once, and he was awesome. He came in and did the radio
he's
show.
funny as hell.
Oh, that's right. He did come in to do the show.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah,
he has a humor about himself, and it's just. But it's a lot of people that are well known get away with things, and there's a lot of hurt when marriages break up and all that crap.
When you find out terrible things, nobody cares if somebody, somebody who cheated on somebody else. That's kind of like fun to talk about, but
it's also unfortunately a norm that relationships have a beginning, middle, and end, and so they don't all last.
But that's not going to ruin you. Like that's not going to make you not an icon. Like if Cosby cheated on his wife or was having an affair,
he cheated on his wife.
Yeah, I was.
You want a Jell-O shot?
That
was the weirdest part. Is that to drug someone to have sex with you? That's I don't think he needed to do that.
No,
he definitely didn't need to. It had to be his.
You just show you're
thing
real.
That he got off on.
That's either his thing, or he turns him on, or he loved the fact that there was no real repercussion from it, meaning they couldn't just go out and scandalize him.
Yes, and there was not much memory.
And maybe he was afraid in the 60s of being a black guy fucking white women, and all of a sudden if that comes out, he's ruined.
I'll bet he got off on the
I don't
power.
even.
He might have.
I bet it was the power.
He might have, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't even think he thought that way, because it really, I don't know. I never, I don't see race a lot of times, and that's obviously
I don't either until somebody is in front of me. Or until I hear them on the phone.
Until it's locker room talk.
Yeah, or until I see that they spell a text and I say it.
God, I want to grab some pussy. I want to grab some Billy Bush.
Grabbing pussy is locker room banter. We all say very dirty things. It's okay.
We do, but that's the thing about this. This happens on the air. So the locker room banter is what you get to do. That's why you're not on free radio. You get to do this.
Right.
And then you don't have to go get outtakes. But you're not running. There's no way in hell. I mean, And in fact, we would have to turn into hell. We would have to be in hell for you to be a nominee for president.
But listen to like the Nixon tape. Wasn't Nixon saying like nigger and Jew and all this nasty? Wasn't he like really racist and saying all like?
That's the 18 minutes that's missing.
No, but didn't he say stuff beyond before that, like my Jew? Because like he said some horrible shit apparently.
It's the time.
Well, no,
But you know what I mean? Like as in the Oval Office.
No, but he had a Jew. He had one.
He did. Yeah.
He had one in possession.
He brought in his Jew with him.
I thought he was saying like
It
really,
lived with him like Bilbo Baggins. It was
Right.
a miniature Jew.
yeah,
It was a toy Jew.
yeah. I thought he was saying like all kinds of nasty stuff.
Bob, were you close with Kevin Meaney?
I loved Kevin.
Yeah, he was
Meaney.
great.
I loved him.
What was it? A heart
years
attack?
ago,
Did they say what it was?
I think he said heart attack is what, at the end of the day.
Man.
But I came out of different scenes. I would do Boston. I'd do San Francisco. I was New York a lot, L.A., and San Francisco is kind of where I became friendly with him, and it was just you could feel like he was one of Steve Martin's children. You know, the silliness that Steve kind of was that he launched in a way no one had ever seen. You know, he was selling out 10, 20,000 seat places, and then didn't want to do it anymore unless he did a whole new act and became a movie star. But Kevin had that silly, just fun, just made you feel good. And I kind of subscribe to that. Even in my stand-up, I'll go on riffs. They might be a little more blue because Kevin was not blue.
No.
But, I mean, if you look at him and you Google him, which I did the day that he passed away, you start to Google the person and you start to watch stuff. And there was a Tonight Show clip. And it was one of his first things he ever did, which was he's bombing. And because he purposely would do something that didn't do well, which we all revel in.
We very ballsy, though, to do that on the Tonight Show.
On the Tonight Show. And he's singing, I don't care, or I don't care. And then the other thing that, go put on big pants. We're big pant people, because his parents really fucked him up. They clearly, and he came out as being gay, and that was a big deal.
So much later.
Yeah. It's really weird that he had to. I'm trying to use Purell here. Because my hand is covered with excrement.
I appreciate the respect.
I went to the restroom just to put my hand up my ass. Because it gets me ready and loose for you guys.
It's the morning,
Yeah, and I want a suction cup to the chair. I don't know what that is. But I don't like when funny people die. I like when non-funny people die. I think that's great.
Yeah, it really is.
You do?
Yeah, but funny. We don't need another fucking funny person. Max Alexander just passed away. Did you know him?
I did. I didn't know he died. I liked Max a lot.
Yeah, I know. And that's the age they were. What? I mean, I'm 60.
What did he die of?
I'm living.
Oh, the age?
I think you saw my show.
Max
I don't know
was a
what
nice
he
guy.
died
He
of.
was really heavy and he lost a lot of weight. And I thought did he come out or no?
I don't know.
I thought he was gay.
I don't know. I tried to fuck him so much, but just in one of the flaps. But
what did he die of?
I do not know.
And when?
But I have a friend who calls me, and you know the guy actually, but I'm not going to say. Off air we'll talk.
Sure.
Oh man,
we'll go to Burbank and talk about it in Los Angeles.
We'll have lunch at a place and talk about it.
just another typical afternoon.
I'm a confab.
hungry.
I've got the best hoagie shop in Toluca Lake. But this guy only texts me who dies. And it's always comedians. It's like, what comedian died?
You just never hear from him until somebody dies.
It's just unbelievable. It's like blank died, blank died, blank died. Did you hear about the bus crash? It's just it's like I have my own private
tragedy junkie.
TMZ.
Yeah.
And you know the guy.
There are people like that, right? That are tragedy junkies that just want to.
I think it's everybody. I think it's everybody, and I think it makes me want to vomit on them because I turn on the news and besides the insanity of the World Federation wrestling politics we're dealing with, I mean, you don't want to see a poster or two faces of your candidates cut out opposed at each other like the ad for Enemy Mine.
Yeah, Lou Gossett, great.
Right, and
Dak.
Right? Oh, I like that. Do that later. Do that with my sack on your eyes. I want to I want to rest my balls in your eyes.
It'll be preferable to what I have to look at every morning.
All we're gonna do is like just eye and mouth stuff. We're never gonna actually have sex. There's never gonna be anal It's just going to be eyes.
Jim just does above the neck.
That's all I do.
That's all he does.
That's pretty hot.
So your friend calls you.
ATN.
Above the neck.
Yeah, it's better than ATM.
It is. Although you just went ass to Purell a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the honeymoon is not over in your relationship yet.
No, we are in a relationship now. We're heavily into it, where you learn more about the other person, and sometimes you find out things that, that's how that person responds to that.
Do you fly her to gigs with you, or does she have a gig here that she can't leave?
I'm going to Vancouver and doing a couple dates there. I'm going to do you've done them, haven't you?
Not Vancouver, no.
Oh, you should go there. They're nice. So nice. They're casino gigs, but it's where Don Rickles did Mr. Warmth, that John Landis documentary about him. It's the River Rock Casino. I'm there next week, and then the Hard Rock Casino there the night after. And Canadians are. I've spent 30 years doing stand-up all around Canada. You've done a lot of Canada, haven't you?
No, mostly Montreal and Toronto is it, and that's it.
Well, we did the that Dirty Show, that Montreal Comedy Festival thing that you were so funny at.
What was that?
That thing at the Place des Arts. It was a Dirty Show, and it was live on TV. And
thank you. Yeah, that's right.
And at my intro, I actually told the story that we talk about it literally every time I'm ever on a show with you, which is, I said, and this guy called me up one night, and this guy texted me one night, I could really use a hand, you know what I mean? With my dick, right? Or someone like that.
No, I said to her, like, hey, are you available?
You said to her, but you meant, I'm Bob.
It went to you.
I'm a guy. Oh.
Yeah, but by accident.
I thought you were calling me a her for a minute. I thought everything changed in here.
No,
Bob's beautiful. Like, we cut to your point of view, and I'm just wearing a blonde wig.
She was cute, man, sexy.
Is that right?
So he texted me thinking I was a woman that was going to come jerk him off. And I said, this is Bob Saget, Jim. He goes, oh, sorry, man. I thought that you were this girl that was really going to jerk me off.
I did it to Sam yesterday.
Yeah, you get so excited with your texting. Too much going on.
But that's how you know I like stupid Sam. I was sending a text message to somebody else, and I just sent it to Sam, but it just said... I sent two pictures to her, one creepy one and one of me and him, and I just said, with Sam, my broadcast partner. I didn't say this fucking creep or this bag of shit, which would have been more honest.
Made me feel better, though.
Yes.
It made me feel better. So, Bob, on December 12th at Caroline's on Broadway.
Yeah, we're doing this
talk about
thing.
the big event.
This is amazing.
Cool comedy, hot cuisine.
You're right. So for 25 years, I've been involved with these benefits. I haven't hit you up yet. I haven't tortured you yet, but I'm going to.
You know that I'm not effective at getting people in the room. I'm not good.
That's not the truth. You are effective.
What's the benefit
people
for?
In the room.
Is it for your sister?
My sister died in '94 of scleroderma, which is hardening of the skin, and we have since I got involved with this cause. Before she was even diagnosed, I started doing the benefit, and then Robin Williams was the first person that ever did the benefit, and it was the Cool Comedy Hot Cuisine is what it's called. And in case anybody wants to look, it's srfcure.org. And we have raised over $40 million since I got involved with it. And Sharon Monsky is the founder, and it has blown up. I mean, we did a benefit in L.A. last year, and John Mayer performed, and Jimmy Kimmel did the auction with me, and Jeff Garland, and Jim Gaffigan, and then I just did one in Vegas. We raised $560,000, and so we're doing one December 12th. And that's going to be at Caroline's, and tickets are available at that srfcure.org.
Who's on it?
On this one, it's going to be pretty wonderful. It's Michael Che and John Oliver, and Andy Cohen is doing the auction with me, and Jeff Ross.
Oh, that's great.
That's a huge lineup.
And what happens is it has to be a wealthy person's charity. It's only Caroline's max is $400 if you can get the people in there. And we do it, and it's a sit-down dinner by Susan Feniger and Mary Sue Milliken, who are top chefs, and she was best friends with the founder. And she's the one that also really furthered
Did the
this
founder
cause.
die?
Founder died about I don't know how long ago. It was terrible. And she has 3 beautiful children, and who are like family to me.
Okay.
And that's okay, right?
Yeah.
They're like family to me.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like the aristocrats. I mean, I'm not family. I don't treat them like that. But I'm going to do the benefit forever and I'm going to die of something else. Nobody's going to give a shit about me. There's not going to be a benefit for what I die from. It'll be some weird strain.
I'm sure if there is, I'm sure Elton John will be in charge of it.
So you're inferring that I'm going to die of something possibly gay? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think he already has a wonderful foundation that he does stuff for.
If that's the case, what I would love, this is how I would love my tribute to be. I would like it to be a benefit tied to my funeral, and Elton sings "Candle in the Wind," and they bring out my naked corpse with a candle in my asshole, and they have a little fan blowing, and then you come over and you just kind of like play with my parts a little bit.
No, I think I would ruin the visual. I think then I'm up there. There's a dead guy with a candle in his ass, and someone is playing with his private parts. Just a typical Sunday in L.A.
In Toluca Lake.
So go to srfcure.org.
Yes.
For all the tickets and information to that. Again, it's Bob Saget, Michael Che, Andy Cohen, John Oliver, Jeff Ross. It's going to be an amazing show.
It's going to be a lovely night. It's very expensive, and we've got some great sponsors and Actelion Pharmaceuticals, and there's people getting cured. That's the thing. Like,
right. It's actually
my
working.
girlfriend has a friend, and her aunt was dying 6 months ago, and she withered down to like 80 pounds. It's as though there's a good disease. This is a really, really bad one when it affects your lungs, because that's how you die. Pulmonary hypertension. Burbank. Our tea time lady. But I'll never get back to it. Oh, but this woman went to Johns Hopkins, one of the centers that we fund, and she's in remission. She is actually being cured of a disease that's such a boutique disease. It mostly affects women. Huge black around the world population has it. People always say, when you come up with statistics and you go, and I went to Washington, and I was actually, years ago, Hillary actually was very helpful. She took me around, set me up at the different senators and stuff to help me with women's causes, and I fucked a lot of chicks. No, that's not what I meant. Yeah, you go, girl. But people don't care about causes as much if it's about women or and people
breast cancer awareness does pretty well. I mean, NFL and a lot of breast cancer awareness does.
Breast cancer awareness does, and I mean. If you really want to make $1 billion, you just change the name of your organization to Babies with AIDS, and you're pretty much
absolutely. It's the name of my album. Might as well be.
What is the name of your special going to be?
Mouthful of Shame, possibly, but I'm not sure. I still may change.
I like that.
Thank you.
That sounds like what could happen at the end of this broadcast.
That's exactly what's happening during it.
Yeah.
I'm going to want you to wear a contraceptive sponge in your mouth. So here's the craziness of what you were probably going to look at next, which is that December 9th.
Yeah.
Besides, when was Pearl Harbor? December 7th?
That sounds right.
Right. So I'm actually going to Japan. I'm leaving Japan December 7th, just in case.
Yeah.
There's any thought.
Retribution, sure.
But we are Fuller House. It's the second season on Netflix. It's the they say that it's the most popular show on there.
Really?
And they also say that it's the most popular show in the world, which I don't believe it, but there's nothing in print. But all the Netflix people walk around smiling an awful lot when they talk about it. But that comes on December 9th, which means on Netflix you then watch 13 episodes, and that's it. You take your 7-year-old, put it in front of the TV, you leave the house, go get drunk, get hookers, and just drive anywhere you want. And your kids they can just binge watch Fuller House. It's hard for me to say Fuller House.
Sure. So used to follow. Sure.
I used to, but I play the father. but I'll be out doing. We're going to Japan. They're sending us to Japan.
That's amazing.
And we're going to do a thing at the San Francisco House of Promotion. It's going to be a.
Do they like Full House in Japan? Did that show go
huge?
worldwide?
That show went worldwide, but the way the world changed from 30 years ago when this show started is, you wait for syndication, and then 10 years later it ends up around the world. It doesn't happen right away, and they got to translate all the shows. This thing, the moment it drops on December 9th, it goes around the world in every language.
That's amazing.
So It is, and my voice is the same guy that did my voice in France when I was on Full House, and he talks like this. Hello, oh Michelle, you're so beautiful. He doesn't speak English, but he's doing my voice again. They got the same guy.
Now that
He hasn't worked since.
yeah, he's just sitting there waiting.
Been a mime up till now.
Now that the show's so popular, the Olsen twins still want nothing to do with it?
Well, they're not actresses, you know.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, they're really amazing fashionistas.
They make money
Business
from that,
people.
right?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
They
right?
make money from their clothing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they got a huge. The clothes are actually amazing. I go home and I wear the pregnancy outfits. I actually have a friend who wore one of their dresses, and I didn't know what it. And she was pregnant when she wore it. It was a pregnancy dress, and I just went, "That is the coolest damn thing." She said, "Well, your TV daughters made it, and it's just this amazing looking thing. It's if you because some women are self conscious, but if you have a good $10,000, you can sink down on a thing that makes you look like a Teletubby. You're in good shape." No, but they're like, I mean, I'm real close with Ashley and Mary Kate. Like, I love them a lot. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to act, you don't want to act.
Right.
I don't know why, it's not like we're sitting around on a couch just showing clips and talking about it. Everybody's playing the parts.
Right.
It's so bizarre, man. It's like walking in and hold on, I got a booger in my ear. I put it in there about an hour ago.
It's understandable.
That was in the bath. Like when I was in the bathroom.
Snack for later.
Just
Yeah.
a typical Monday in L.A.
Oh, shut up.
Earwax in Toluca Lake. You're doing this to him because you know it bothers him.
No, why would? Because he understands that. Like, what happens is he understands that it's an untoppable joke. It's such a good one. He can't handle it.
Right. It's just too funny. It's too good and topical and relevant.
It's
Yeah,
just the
you're right.
place we're at.
But because you know that reiteration and completely being obnoxious, which is what we were when we were 5, and then we made careers out of it.
Sure.
And doing something 100 times, it won't really be funny until you've done it
100 times.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then the listeners will be doing it or go, please do that more.
I don't think they'll say, please do that more, but they'll mention it at times just to be irritating, and that's all you can ask for.
That's really all you can expect, isn't it?
What would be the longest run you've done with that so far?
With what, a redundant, repetitive joke?
No, the
My
redundant,
entire
repetitive.
1990.
Yeah, your comedy career. AIDS.
Yeah, you've done a lot for AIDS.
I sure have.
Yeah, you
I'm
really-
the face of it.
He certainly created an awareness.
I gotta piss. I'm gonna piss my pants.
Yeah, we're gonna
We gotta break. I
got stuff going on.
I'm at the Improv tonight, Melrose Improv. I don't know if there are tickets or not, but 8 o'clock show.
And I'm on tour, so you can look me up at my website by Jim's name.
Yes.
Am I gone? Am we saying goodbye? Or
You
am I
have somebody else
staying?
coming in.
Yeah, they told you have somebody else, but they also told us you had a hard out at 9. That's why I was trying.
Oh, I
to
didn't.
rush. Oh, okay. So I didn't have to.
I said I'd stay as long as you guys wanted.
Oh, okay.
Well, your
But
people
I'm happy to leave.
Your people lied to us.
But I told them no. I said I'd stay as long as they want.
Well,
But if you want me out, I totally understand. I mean, you got to piss like a racehorse.
Well, I'm going to piss. We're breaking.
yeah, we're breaking.
There's no question.
I want you to piss like a racehorse that just broke his leg. So right after you piss, they shoot you.
They shoot me under a tent.
It's the last piss.
Do one more Burbank reference or one more fake I'm not doing Carson, L.A. experience.
But I haven't been doing Carson. I literally have been sitting here, and now I'm sitting here. I'm just gonna piss my pants.
So you go.
If I piss my pants,
Yeah.
it's basically that's another Tuesday afternoon here in L.A.
You go
See?
piss. You can follow at Bob Saget, or you go to bobsaget.com for all the dates, and I'm sure the cool comedy hot cuisine information is up there as well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Bob Saget.